Yeah.
Yeah. Spit the beat right now, Dane, and drop it.
Yo, what it is, what it could be. Yeah, she told me she want to get with me. I told her she got a shot at being Mrs. B. I'm going to give her a ring. She going to get this diamond. I told her I just want to say hi. What's up, ma'am?
And that was the newest excerpt from Taylor Swift's Life of a Showgirl
Pretty
album.
much.
So yeah, we're back with episode 145 of the Until Next Week podcast. Dane let me know earlier that he was spitting some rhymes in the car, so obviously we had to put him on the spot right there, and that's honestly the best you've ever freestyled on this podcast.
I freestyle great.
Take us back to the days where we freestyled every single episode.
The way it should be.
And you always froze up. I don't know
never
what it was.
freeze.
I think it was because Jake Trust in Art just got in your head too much.
I never freeze. I got him weak in the knees. What's that? Is that a kill of bees?
Ooh.
Yeah, is that Baskin Bees? Look like Baskin Robbins. Yeah, I don't know the rest of the song.
And we'll get into that more here on episode 145 of the Until Next Week podcast.
What does this one do?
Just no. Every time. You're always clicking buttons. And I have to get off there because that's just
I didn't
crazy.
know what the green one did.
Welcome back to episode 145 of the Until Next Week podcast. We already mentioned it briefly that Taylor Swift released her newest album, The Life of a Showgirl.
Trash album. So trash.
And we don't have a lot of good things to say, so we'll leave it at that for now. But we'll probably have a full review later on, not this episode, someone far down the road, maybe next week, who knows.
Yeah.
There's only one good song that I think you would relate to, and that's probably the 9th song on the album, but we don't need to dig into that too much. But also, Dane did send us a video the other day.
Did
I think you sent it to myself and Jack and Lindsay.
That sounds like me.
And it says Taylor Swift fans after another boiled chicken album. So I've not seen this, and we'll just go and dig into it.
It's over. Your fave could never. I've already pre-ordered the album, the deluxe box set, the deluxe box set vinyl, and the black and white edition. Oops, outsold your fave. Of course she flies a lot. She's Taylor Swift. Album of the year. It's over.
It's over. After another boiled chicken album that all sounds the same.
Most of them are actually pretty good. I can vibe with a lot of the albums. This one, though, just not great. But again, hey, we're not reviewing this one, though, right now.
1989 is the only good one.
Reputation is grown on
She
me.
has a bad reputation now.
I listened to... So I was... It released, what was it, last night, 2 nights ago, whenever we recorded.
Friday night.
And I decided to listen to the whole thing through. But honestly, I saw there's a lot of explicit songs. So I'm like, clean version, got to go clean.
Obviously.
Just like our podcast. You know, it's
Mr.
clean, fun for the family.
Only Michael cusses on this podcast.
Family-friendly podcast.
Except for Michael.
That's true.
And Jack, frankly.
But I listened to it. I was like, not a lot of bangers. So I went to Reputation because then there are a lot of bangers, which we've dug into before. But yeah, overall.
Like what, Bad Blood?
Not that album.
Is that not the album?
No. What was Bad Blood on?
I don't know.
I'm
Red?
going Bad Blood album.
Into the Woods?
Maybe it was on there. Am I going that blank? Bad Blood was on 1989.
How?
And you just said that was one of your favorite albums.
It is my favorite album.
And you're confused.
Yeah, I don't have the entire album memorized.
Well, you should.
Well, I'm sorry I don't live in Taylor Swift world.
Okay. Well, I think...
I'm a man.
Did you say, oh, man?
No, I said I'm a man.
Oh, I'm a man. Okay. Some other updates from the week. This past week, we mentioned it before that it was Lauren's birthday. And as part of birthday festivities, what else?
She's 21 now.
Yeah, 21 finally. What else would you do than to rent out an entire movie theater and then play one movie? You have one guess.
Stone?
Gosh, I wrote it down. Of course you
wrote
saw
it down.
Yeah, what is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone? I guess they played the Philosopher's Stone.
I don't know what that means.
It's like the UK version because for some reason in the UK, philosopher means something different
Harry
than it does
Potter
over here.
is UK.
Yeah, but over there they called it the Philosopher's Stone, and then here they called it the Sorcerer's Stone for marketing purposes.
Oh.
But then when we went to this movie theater...
The Philosopher's Stone sounds so lame.
But hey, that's what it was. But anyway, they had we could rent out this movie theater, so it was her, and she invited like 15, 20 of her closest friends.
Wow.
But you would have been invited, but you were at kids camp or kids or fall retreat or whatever
They
it
were
was.
attacking me.
But they just like pulled it up on HBO and started playing it.
It's crazy.
And within like 5 minutes, of course this happens. A random person walks in,
That's awesome.
starting to look for a seat. We're like, are you?
They just start looking for a seat.
It's like, what are you doing? It's like, this is the movie. Like, this is the only theater that's playing this movie, right? And I'm like, yeah, but
For a reason.
And then for like, we let it go on for like a few seconds, and then I was just like, yeah, this is a private party. He's like, oh shoot, for real? Oh no. It's like, happy birthday, girl. And then she walked out. I'm like, wow.
Is this a black lady?
I know. I'm just impersonating Jack Holmgren.
Also a black lady.
But I was like, I had a feeling that would happen. But it was just some rando. I'm like, I don't know if you just like decided to go to another movie after seeing like the first movie.
Oh yeah,
whatever
just
you're
walk into a new one, see what happens.
And they're like, this is a private party. This is the only theater playing this movie because it was released 20 plus years ago. But you do not have tickets for it.
Yeah, Emma Watson is now married to Dane Biesmeyer, and then everybody else, I don't know what they're doing with their lives.
Yeah. J.K. Rowling's online a lot. I know that much.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, overall, it's pretty solid seeing this because there were a couple people who went to this movie who have never seen Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And one of which was one of Lauren's friend's son, who's like 7 years old. So he can now go to his friends and be like, yeah, saw the first Harry Potter movie in theaters. And we're like, what?
You introduced him to witchcraft?
I did not.
Unreal.
It was Lauren, but it's okay.
It was
okay.
Lauren.
It was a good movie. And he apparently started watching like the next movie like the next day. Not in theaters though. He didn't rent out one for that.
You, Harry, not me, not Hermione, you.
The Slay the King.
D7 or whatever. Lindsay and Cole were super into that, and I was like,
that scene specifically?
no, the Harry Potter series. I was like, here's the thing. I saw all of them through Half-Blood Prince, maybe.
Yeah.
And then I got bored.
Really? They got really good at the end.
Well, I was like, it's hard for me to watch movies that are like, you're just making up the rules as you go. Like, oh no, something bad's happening. Oh, there's a secret spell though.
Yeah.
Oh, that we just wrote in here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They need to use Avada Kedavra more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's
more
the three something sins.
Yeah, that one, Avada Kedavra. And then there's the one that controls you. And the other one...
Expecto Petroleum.
Expecto Petroleum.
Exactly.
It's big in the government.
It is.
Yeah.
It's petroleum jelly.
No.
Which is shut down right now thanks to Michael Fuller.
Petroleum jelly?
Yes.
Shut down Michael Fuller?
Yes.
Yeah, so that overall, that was a pretty good time. And then we all got like our own popcorns and drinks and everything else. And I brought in an energy drink, had to sneak it in, but
You sure did.
didn't actually drink it because I had the soda. But yeah, had that for her like birthday party. And then we went to, on our actual birthday day, we went to one of the fanciest restaurants out there, a real OG.
Where's this at?
Olive Garden. So that was good.
What town are you in right here?
Springfield.
Oh. The new Olive Garden or the old Olive Garden?
I don't think the new one's open yet.
I don't know.
I kind of want to go to the new one though, see how nice it is.
Olive Garden is, whenever I was a kid, it was a delicacy.
It seemed like it was so fancy.
It was the
and I
fanciest.
would go there a lot with like my dad and like brother and sister for like swim meets.
Oh yeah.
And for them, like I felt like always like a little underdressed because I would have a late night of swimming and then would go there and I'm being like in sweats and I'm like, I feel so underdressed. And now I walk in there and there's people in basketball shorts and a hoodie. Like I'm like,
Yeah, what happened to the fine tie black suited establishment?
I think COVID probably killed a lot of that.
COVID killed everything.
Yeah. And I honestly remember it being much fancier. And now people are just like, I'll just go.
And the chocolate mints,
Those are to die for.
those are great.
I love them so much. They're so nice.
I don't know what they do, but I like them.
They do something to you, your
It
insides.
feels like they counteract each other, the chocolate and the minty part.
And they're always like kind of cold, I feel like.
They are cold.
It's so good.
I don't know why. Better than the Mexican restaurant hard candy chocolate mints.
Yeah, those
are okay.
That doesn't excite me.
Those are like the ghetto version of this. They are.
And then we're talking about going to Olive Garden in basketball shorts and a hoodie.
Yes.
So yeah, overall, it was a good birthday weekend, I believe, for her. Something else I realized, so again, with the new Taylor Swift album coming out, I also realized that same night For King and Country and dropped a new single. I don't know if you've listened to a lot of For King and Country or not.
No, I used to date a girl that did, so now I don't.
Okay, that's understandable. You're horrible. Well, hey, you still listen to Taylor Swift. I'm sure a lot of the people you've dated have listened to her.
Yeah, that's everybody, though.
Yeah, that's valid. And I guess that's reasonable.
Yeah, same thing with John Billion.
Yeah.
I don't listen to him because of that.
You just eventually get to this like opera music, just something that no one listens to this, so you can listen to
Italian opera.
Italian opera,
not even English.
Yeah. But anyway, they released a new song because they haven't like toured all year for the first time in like forever. And then they haven't released any new music in a while, so they finally dropped their new single the same night that Taylor Swift dropped her album. So I listened to it, pretty good overall. But then it got me thinking, like, they're as a band, just in general, they are so good. Like you've probably never seen. I mean, I'm sure you hate them, but if you've never seen them live, like they put on such a good show. And something that's interesting about them specifically is they always play like Little Drummer Boy for like any concert, like any time of the year, because it's like so iconic and epic how hard they go. But then it got me thinking, like, I need to listen to the first album that they released that I was like really into. Dropped in like 2014. It was called Run Wild, Live Free, Love Strong. I think the reason I got into that album originally was because they had one song that had Andy Mineo on it.
Yeah, I did. And
he had a very fire rap. I'm going to read it to you right now. I'm not going to rap it, but just listen how iconic.
You want me to close my eyes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll play some background music.
Ooh, I love it when we do this.
Do you want any category of background? What should I type in?
Italian opera.
Italian opera. Let's see what it gives me. Nothing came up.
What?
Should I go Italian or opera?
Italian.
Well, he is Italian. Italian. This one, I don't know.
Closing my eyes makes me scared and sleepy.
I'll go with Italian Morning. Let's
Ooh,
see.
I like an Italian morning.
Here we go.
Some fresh Parmesan. Oh, yes.
This is not. So here's what's his rap. Ready?
More sleepy.
Run, Forest. All depends what direction. Some people run from fear, some from their own reflection.
Whoa.
Some people run their mouth.
Yeah.
Some people run their house. Ruling with the heart of a tyrant. Some people run their block. Bus shots with a 445.
Whoa.
And that's the environment, how we were raised. Living like lions, but trapped in a cage. Back to Imago Dei with the blood of a king. In the heart of a slave, don't you want to run?
Okay, no more closing my eyes because I got really sleepy.
So, I'm sure this is the first time those lyrics have ever been sang or quote unquote rapped over that kind of beat.
Yeah, we're the Guinness World Record holder for that now. I expect Guinness to be sending us one of those plaques soon.
Yeah, but anyways, just listen to that song sometime. It's so good, and their band as a whole is so good. And if you have a chance to see them in concert, do it. And that is my updates from the week.
I thought all of your updates, when I saw them, I was like, dang, Sam, you got so many updates. But then
a lot of them went together.
They were all together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where am I? Okay, I went to. Oh wait, no, I'll start with this one first. So Taylor Swift and her album, right? We've been talking about that one.
Yeah, we have a few times so far.
There's the 12th theory that this was her 12th album.
Ooh.
And that she's going to go in hiatus now for like 15 to 20 years. That's what somebody said online.
And someone said it, so it has to be
true. They said like this.
You heard it here first. 15 to 20 years. She's going undercover. Underground.
She's going to go underground, have her life, have a couple kids with Travis, and then come out of the woodworks way later and do her Swan Song 13th album.
Which will be called Swan Song.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or The Last Dance.
I guess it has to be important. It has to be big if it's going to be her 13th album.
Exactly. 13th album is going to go crazy.
Yeah.
And so she's going to take 15 to 20 years to write it and have experiences. And then it's going to be her first happy album.
Hear me out. Well, this was supposed to be a happy album, I think.
I
think she would take 13 years.
Maybe.
You'd take 13 years for the 13th album. If you're going to go that route, you have to go to 13 years.
1 year per song.
Yes. And it better be good.
Better be good.
Yeah.
So there's somebody speculating on the internet that might happen. But then also I went to Fall Retreat this past weekend.
Ooh.
And to start it off, we drove there. And by that, I mean we got lost.
Oh.
And we all clicked on the same exact Apple Maps thing that was sent to us.
How many people are driving here?
So there's 6 vans.
Oh, nice.
One's a late bus van.
Did you get to drive a van?
I did drive a van.
Did you have to get like special certification or do they not care about the kids?
No, because I already have a Class E license.
Nice. Let's go.
From my previous job.
So you are actually allowed to.
I am, yes, but also they don't require that. So.
Okay, cool. Okay, nice. So what happened? You said y'all got lost.
Yeah, I clicked on the Apple Maps thing, and then it said, you've arrived, and we were in the middle of a gravel road in the middle of nowhere.
That actually is pretty close to where that is. Because I have been there once, and I remember there's like, is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's nowhere. And then this other van was with us, and they were following us, and the whole way, and I was driving a bus of middle school girls, and they turned around and they go, Dane, how long has that van been following us? I said, the entire time. And they said, what? And I said, yeah, they're here to get you. And I was like, and they're like, really? And I go, no.
We're all in vans.
We're all
How
in
are you
vans.
not figuring this out?
They follow us the entire way from our church, and you think it's some van that just started following us in the middle of nowhere? The same exact van that we're driving right now?
Coincidence?
I think not. I love the logic of middle schoolers. It's my like the epitome of why I do this job.
I gotta hear. Did you end up playing any music for them?
I sang to them.
So no radio, no aux cord. You're just like, hear this.
I forgot an aux cord, and then as we kept driving, the radio went out. But the girls made sure to play music for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh man, it was awful.
What were the kind of songs they were playing nowadays?
Well, they were playing some songs from our era.
Some Biebs?
No. Well, yes, they played
Baby.
Yeah, they played Baby. And that was our song that we rolled back into church with.
Yeah, let's go.
And I rolled down the window, and we were waving to the parking team, and I said, all right, girls, you're loud as Baby. Here we go. And I was like, baby, baby, as we drove by.
And they're all just chanting your name. Nemo. Nemo.
Wrong group.
They can still go Nemo.
They can go Nemo, but none of them call me Nemo. They call me Diana.
Diana.
Yeah.
I can see that. You look like a Princess Di.
So, that stems from one time they were all sitting in the group talking to each other, and I came over and I said, all right, girls group featuring Dane. They said, you mean Diana? And I was like, no. And they were like, yeah, we're going to call you Diana now. And I was like, I don't care what you call me as long as you do what you're told.
It. Yeah, that's pretty
but
good.
Then, so then went to fall retreat. Got there late because it took us to the wrong place. Yeah. And then all we did was went to our first gathering that night. Then they went to their cabin discussions. And then we woke up the next morning. They went to breakfast. They acted like heathens at breakfast.
Of course.
And then we had to tell them to not act like heathens.
Was it only you guys there, or were there other churches there?
There was one women's retreat there. That was there.
Were they doing the same stuff as you?
No.
Okay,
they were there Friday night and until like noon on Saturday. But they were doing their own thing in their own place.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So they did that while and I had to tell them, hey, quit being heathens around this women's retreat. Let them go first.
Because you're eating the same time and everything?
Yeah, eating was the same time.
Okay.
That was the only thing that was the same time. And then they, we wake up, and then it's me teaching that morning, and I brought my German Bible, and then this kid goes, that Bible looks dusty. And I said, you look dusty in the middle of my talk.
And now let's pray.
I really did. I was in the middle of some point about how blah, 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 use your story to proclaim Jesus. And the kid goes, that Bible looks dusty. I said, you look dusty. And so that's why you should use your story to proclaim Jesus.
Yes. There we go.
It was great. And so then after that, they went and played. Oh, no, we played Nerf Battle first. And then they all cheated and they all complained.
Did you do it in the field or on the basketball court?
Field.
Nice.
Yeah.
You saw the basketball court, right?
Well, yeah, for sure.
Kind of decent.
Almost died. Yeah.
Nice.
It was really dusty.
Yeah.
It really was.
It sounds like everything's a little dusty.
Yeah, nobody swept it. They need to sweep it. But then they have free time, and this is where it gets crazy because they go to the lake and stuff, and they get on their canoes and their paddle boats and their fishing things and their lily pads, and then just leave them all there. They just leave them. They pull them to shore and walk away.
Yeah.
And then there was some in the middle of the lake, and I don't know how they got in the middle of the lake. They just abandoned ship in the middle of the lake and left.
You were at Barnabas, right?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a lake that close.
Oh, yeah. It's like it's on their property. It's their lake.
Okay, I'm pulling it up
right now. And there's fishies
in
there. There's fishies in there because I saw the kids. They caught like, I don't know, 6, 7 fish.
Yeah.
And then
I hate you. 6 or 7.
6, 7. And then we went back. I yelled at them for not putting things back. And then
which you should do.
Which I should do.
Yep.
And then we had one more teaching thing and dinner, and then we went to a dance party where I did the Lorax dance. Do you know that?
I don't think I know it.
So there's some videos of this guy going around where he dresses up like the Lorax, and he just wears all orange, a big orange mustache, and has the, I don't know what you call it, staff thing.
Yeah.
And he walks into like Home Depot, and he goes, I'm the Lorax. And I say, let it grow, let it grow. We're in a Home Depot.
Do you know what? The Lorax? Do you know who was in that movie?
Steve Carell.
Taylor Swift.
Oh.
She was the...
Was she the elephant?
She was the main girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
She was Audrey.
I don't know what that means.
Lorax.
I think her name is Taylor. And she grew up in a Christmas
Also,
tree
Zac
farm.
Efron was also in the Lorax.
Big
And
up Zac
Danny
Efron.
DeVito. He was the Lorax.
Oh. Let it grow.
And Ed Helms and Betty White. Man, so many good people. And yet it has 53% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, they paid so much money to not break even.
Yeah.
However, then we keep going, and then the kids get up the next morning, and they're like, Dane, let's go ziplining. No. Dane, I'm dating this person now.
No.
And then that night, though, before they woke up, I was laying there about half asleep at 12:30, and I hear crash. And then
Oh, no.
I'm like, what is that? And I thought it was a water bottle. And I hear this kid go, Hunter, who's one of our leaders.
My water broke.
No. He says, I need some towels. I need a light. And Hunter's like, shh, we'll take care of it. And then I was like, sweet, he's got it. And I went back to sleep. And I woke up the next morning, and this kid goes, all right, I walk over to the kid. I see a stain on the ground, on like the concrete ground. And I go, what was this? And he goes, it was my dad's cologne.
Oh, no.
I said, why did you bring your dad's cologne to fall retreat? I don't know. Okay. Does he know you have it? Yes.
Okay.
He goes, I'm so cooked. And I'm like, yes, you are. Rotisserie chicken.
I'm so cooked, chat.
Yeah.
And put in the chat.
And then, oh man, you wouldn't believe how much that's just like their regular, like vernacular. They just,
Like the chat.
yeah, they go, all right, chat, let's go.
Yeah.
Like when they refer to their group of friends, they'll just say, yeah, me and the chat.
Don't they always hold remote controls whenever they're walking? Because they
Yes.
don't know how to function without them?
One kid brought a drone to fall retreat, so
Shout out.
that was cool. He used it for the Nerf Wars, which was actually sick.
And then he hooked up he's actually really smart. He hooked up a Nerf gun to it.
No.
And just
He-
nuked everybody.
He flew it because we're playing capture the flag. And so
Yeah.
he flew it to find the flag, and then they attacked once he found it with the drone.
That's honestly amazing.
I was
This
like-
kid's a genius.
I was like, I'll allow it. Honestly, this is really smart.
That's
and
awesome.
then I was like, and if you break, it's on you. I just want you to know that.
Yep.
So I was like, kids, you can shoot it, whatever.
yeah.
But also,
That's
you
dope.
can't stop it.
That's awesome.
But then, yeah, so he breaks the cologne, and then I was like, how'd you break it? And he goes, oh, I flipped this pillow, and it broke it. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I asked him again this past week. I was like, yeah, tell the story how you broke it. He goes, oh, I was throwing a baseball in the dark. What? I was like, what do you mean throwing a baseball in the dark? And he goes, oh, me and this other kid were throwing it back and forth. I was like, how? And he goes, oh, I mean like my
I got night vision.
He goes, I mean like my baseball pillow.
Okay, that's a little different than a baseball.
I was like, that's way different, dude.
And how old is he? 13?
He's a sixth grade boy, yeah. Dang. I was like, you're unreal. And I was like, what'd your dad say whenever you told him that you broke it? He goes, well, he wasn't happy.
Yeah,
And I
go figure.
Yeah, I bet
Also,
it was.
why do you need a whole bottle of cologne to go to church camp?
You don't.
Church retreat.
Yeah.
It's like 2 days.
It's, yeah, literally a day and a half. We leave Friday night, all day Saturday. We come back Sunday morning.
For church?
Yeah, for church.
That's probably why. He probably always uses his dad's cologne for church. So now he doesn't have friends anymore because he smelled so bad.
All the dudes were like, I got a girl, I got a girl. No, you didn't.
No.
No, you didn't.
No.
We're going to shut it down right now.
Yeah.
And so Fall Retreat was pretty good.
Yeah.
It was okay. It was like 6.5 out of 10. Needs to be better. But we're figuring it out. We're working together. We're working the loom, you know, all those things. Food,
Fruit.
not
The
great.
loom.
But yeah, that's all my updates from the week. The
Very
wiki
nice.
week.
Okay. Well. It grinds my gear that I forgot to say. It's time for grinds.
It's time
my
your
gears.
gears that grind.
Yeah, the grinding of the gears happen right now.
I think
for
you owe
grinds
somebody an
my
apology.
gears. We both do.
Why?
I've been informed
I'll slander whoever it is again.
it wasn't Ryder. Ryder has given us 5 stars.
I still think Ryder's
So-
out to get us.
So grinds my gears that there's someone else out there that's letting Ryder take the blame. And I need you to show yourself.
I think it's Ryder still.
Who is he? Has a burner account?
Yeah.
He's like, no, look, there's an account. I have 5 stars, but my burner
Yeah.
accounts all have 0 stars.
All you got to do is make a new email.
That's what he's doing.
Yep.
I don't think he'll make another email.
I
He
think
probably
he
barely
will.
has the one.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to use email. He
don't
knows
know.
that he needs it, though.
But yeah, I guess we currently owe him a temporary potential apology.
No,
And it grinds my gears that I even have to say that, but it mostly grinds my gears that there's an imposter out there.
there's an imposter on the list.
Yes, there's an imposter. There's an imposter. Welcome to Dane's Manifesto.
There's an imposter on the loose.
What if we did that? Whenever we click one of the buttons, we just have to change segments just immediately.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Also, not a terrible idea.
Man, it would make it entertaining. But yeah, that was one of the things that kind of grinds my gears. And then another thing that grinds my gears. I've talked about it before. I'm in the Guillotine League for Ghostrunners, where one person gets eliminated
Gets
each
their
week.
head chopped off every week.
So every once in a while, there could be some crazy things happening, maybe with trades, because maybe someone needs a quarterback or they have an injury, so they need some player or whatever else. And it's kind of a intense league because there's always someone eliminated, and you don't want to feel like cheated.
I'm cheated.
But then there was a trade that happened, and I was like, what is actually happening? Because there was someone who's...
Read me the names.
I'm going to go just the main names because there were some irrelevant people in there that I really just don't think make a difference. And the initial trade was this girl who...
This is Ghostrunners Guillotine League?
Yeah, and she only has one quarterback this week because one person has a bye week.
And it's a 2-quarterback league.
Yeah, so she needs a quarterback.
Okay.
And someone had excess quarterbacks.
Obviously.
So she traded Woody Marks,
Goat,
who's a very good wide receiver this year.
He's a running back.
Or I mean, running back. Sorry, for I think the Texans. And she traded him for basically Jake Browning, who's the quarterback currently for the Bengals. I didn't hate that trade.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
I didn't really hate it that much because she needed the quarterback.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, then a little bit later in the day, she followed up with, "Hey guys, I'm thinking of moving Bijan Robinson. And
you sure are.
I'm willing to listen to trades here and there." And I messaged her about it, and she's like, "Yeah, I need a more reliable quarterback." And I was like, "Well, currently I have 3 quarterbacks on my team who are supposed to play this week because I had Dak Prescott,
Goat,
and then I had Jackson Dart. Is that his first name, right? Jackson?
Yeah, Jackson Dart.
And then I also had Brock Purdy.
Okay.
And the issue then happened to be where Brock Purdy was questionable. It wasn't for sure if he was going to play. So I was like, I need to wait until I know whether he's going to play, and then I can maybe trade with you. So then I waited a couple hours, and all of a sudden I see a trade's being processed.
Trade pending.
And then I basically see a trade where she traded away Bijan Robinson, who, again, she said she needed a reliable quarterback for.
Oh, yeah.
To the same guy as the other trade for Drake London, who's a good wide receiver, but not nearly as good of a wide receiver compared to what Bijan is as a running back.
Depends on how you look at it.
He had a good game last week, but before that, it's been
he has been shaky.
Pretty average weeks.
Penix hasn't been as great. But Bijan's top 3 running back in the league.
It was confusing because the whole time she was like, I need a reliable quarterback. And then she trades Bijan, who's arguably the best running back in football.
Yeah, he's up there.
To this other guy for this wide receiver. And I'm like, what's happening? And I'm like, this is kind of crazy.
She should have got...
And after the first trade, she sent a message not long after to our commissioners like, hey, I need to cancel that trade. And I was like, you can't just say you want a trade canceled.
That's crazy.
And I just because
no one said no.
No one was saying anything. I just kind of responded. I'm like, my 2 cents. I think if a trade is made in good faith, it shouldn't be canceled.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the other person on the other side, I'd say no.
Yeah, and I'm assuming he probably reached back out to her. Is like, hey, I want Bijan. I want Bijan now, and we can maybe do a trade. So that's, I think, where the second one came. Maybe. And then we got a message a little bit later in the day that both trades were canceled. And then they ultimately did do a trade, which was a little more reasonable in the grand scheme of things. But then that trade was basically Bijan Robinson for Jake Browning and Drake London.
Yeah.
So that's I don't hate that one.
And your 2 quarterback, I mean, yeah, that's.
But she originally traded both of her top running backs for basically
I like it.
Jake Browning. And
I like it. I mean, Woody Marks, he's not a top running back. He's coming on the scene and might be something.
He has very good projections each week right now.
He might be something, but he's only had 1 week of anything.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, the London deal, I'm like, yeah, it should have been London plus that quarterback, which is Jake Browning, for Bijan, which I still would rather have the Bijan side of it.
Yeah, and the only reason I think she was really trying to do it is she's getting close to being eliminated. She always has one of the lowest projections because her quarterback situation's been iffy. But then also, Bijan did have an off week this week.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons she wanted to trade him. And I'm like, I had messaged her so many times. I'm like, hey, if you're thinking of moving Bijan, I can try to make a trade with you.
Oh, yeah, Purdy and somebody else would have been better.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would trade. I mean, I might have considered trading Purdy.
Yeah, or trade Dart.
Well, but then the issue was I needed 2 quarterbacks, so I couldn't even do a quarterback trade this week unless I wanted to really risk maybe getting eliminated. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
But that was the other thing that kind of grinded my gears. That's just kind of crazy with all the trades every which way. And I'm like, I really want to Bijan. I was going to keep working on her like each week, trying to get him. And then that happened. So now I need this other guy to get eliminated so his players go
chop
up for bid.
his head off.
Yeah. So that's what grinds my gears. What grinds your gears, Dane?
A kid called me blasphemous. I know, right?
I could never think of a situation where they would call you blasphemous or anything, Dane. You're perfect.
Little 7th grade girl.
7th grade girl called Diana blasphemous?
Yeah. I said...
I'm surprised she could even say blasphemous.
I told these kids at my other job, I was like, yeah, my name is Dane, or you can call me the Spirit of the West. And she goes, that's blasphemous.
Spirit of the West?
Yeah.
How's that blasphemous?
That's what I said. I go... how is that blasphemous?
You went on Spirit Airlines? That's blasphemous.
That's what I'm saying. She's like...
You saw the movie Spirit? That's blasphemous because it was a DreamWorks movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's like, you're talking about spirits. And I said, first off, no. Second off, what's your definition for blasphemy?
Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, basically. And she goes, any spirits or any evil work. And I said, that's not blasphemy. I was like, blasphemy is attributing anything to God that is not from God.
Did you give him some good examples of what is blasphemy? So you started saying off like multiple phrases.
No, we didn't
stuff
get that.
You should never say.
We didn't get that far.
Okay.
That's
probably good.
She's like, no, you're talking about being a spirit in the West. And I was like, no. I was like, do you have school spirit? And she goes, yes. And I said, what's the difference? And
she's like, it's not in the West. We're in the South.
She's like, school spirit's only in a good connotation. What you're talking about could be in a negative connotation. I said, or a good connotation. Mm-hmm. It's called a neutral connotation if there's no good or bad to it. And I was like, you're also 13 years old, so I'm not entertaining this conversation anymore. Yeah. And I was like, you're ridiculous. And so then I don't know if she finally got on my side of things, but I was like, you're wrong. I feel like she's flat out.
I feel like she's not allowed to watch Harry Potter.
Probably not.
No.
And I was like,
of course I didn't watch it until college, but still.
Yeah, I was like, if you want to call anything that has the word spirit in it evil, then Spirit of Halloween is evil.
Mm-hmm. Which is true.
Yeah. School spirit is evil.
Yep, true. Because it depends who your mascot is. If you have school spirit and you have a really let's just say racist mascot.
Like the Hickman Cupies.
I think I know their mascot.
Lindsay gets that reference.
Isn't it just like
they're
babies?
naked babies? Yeah.
So weird.
But they were Jeff City's biggest rival. So
of course. The babies are coming back.
Yeah, it doubles as me wanting to slander them because it's my high school's biggest rival.
A dumb mascot.
Hickman Cupies. Look them up, guys, in Columbia, Missouri. Unreal.
That's wild.
So yeah, kid calls me blasphemous. But then also, I got yelled at for helping people.
What?
Quit yelling at me.
I would never.
Your mother's sleeping.
She might be. That's true.
But also, so there I was.
Where were you?
So I got up at 5:30 when worked my other job.
Oh, it was today.
No, this was Tuesday.
Okay.
And then on Tuesdays are my long days because I work my other job. Then I work at our church all day long. And then I serve at our young adult ministry from 6 until 10ish.
Yeah.
And so I get there, I'm writing curriculum all day long. I'm like, type. And then I finally get done at 5ish. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to leave. And then I see one of the kids workers there, and I was talking to her. And then this guy who I know walks in, and he's like, I have a counseling appointment here in a couple minutes. Do you mind? Can you do me a huge favor? And I was like, what's the favor? And he goes, my kids are with me, and my wife is 15 to 20 minutes away. She'll be here, but it'll be 15 or 20 minutes. My counseling thing starts now.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you mind watching my kids? And I was like, you mean the same thing I do for a living? And I was like, how old are your kids? And he goes, 4, 2, and newborn. And I was like, listen, I can help you with 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
2 of the 3 of those.
Yeah. 4-year-olds I don't deal with.
Oh, yeah. No, the newborn, you know that. And so I turned to the kids worker lady and I said, hey, you're not allowed to go home now. You need to help me with this newborn because I don't know how to work this one. Yeah, and so then I play with the kids and blah, blah, blah. And then after that, the mom gets there, picks them up, they go home, great. And then this other guy walks in and he goes, hey, can you help me move this stuff to one of the rooms in the back? Yeah, sure, help him do that. And then our young adults director calls me. He goes, hey, the creative team I didn't get the stuff to the creative team in time for them to make the slides for me tonight. Can you make the slides for me? And I was like, yeah, you just want scripture? Yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that. And so I do that, and that leads all the way to me getting there. And I was explaining this on Wednesday to some people outside at our church who work with us. And I said all those things, and their response was, Dane, you have to learn to say no. And I said, excuse me?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you can't be doing all these things for all these people. You got to ask them to find somebody else. And I was like,
That looks, in some cases, I can understand it, but I feel like that looks a lot worse when you're in a church setting.
well, yes, for one. And for two, I'm like, so which one should I have said no to? Like all of them? Like, first off, the guy that had me help him move stuff took 30 seconds to move the things. It was literally, I carried a box in there.
Yeah.
And then, so that wasn't a big deal. Making the slides isn't a big deal. I just need the scripture that he wants. Boom, copy, paste. It's on here now. Airdrop to computer. And watch kids, I do that for a living. And he asked me for a big favor, so I don't know what you want from me.
Hear me out. I think they're jealous
They are.
that your kingdom in heaven is going to be bigger than theirs.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But also, I'm like, I'm not going to be villainized for helping people out. I was like, you know what? And then,
And in the grand scheme of things, that's what, like 20 minutes?
yeah,
25 minutes?
I mean,
maybe?
all together, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was probably 30 minutes. But I was like,
Yeah, 30 minutes I wouldn't do. 20 minutes is fine.
yeah. So I was like, none of these things are hard. And I was really helping out people. So I was like, I'm not going to be villainized for this. And then I started to walk off and I said, as always, guys, I enjoy our talks. And I just gave them the peace sign. I said, I'm going to my next meeting. And their reward because of that is they got the stomach bug. So
Shout out.
take that.
Yeah. I thought you said the pills worked
What pills?
that I gave you to like poison people.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Samuel, you poison people. I don't poison people.
No. We are.
That's called biochemical
we
warfare.
work together to poison people.
No.
You heard it here first. Dane is a criminal.
No,
and I did
Harry
not do
Potter's
anything.
war criminal.
I didn't do. That was a video that we posted.
That was the video, yes.
Yeah,
Harry
shout
Potter
out.
is a war criminal.
YouTube's been going off lately.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is I always want to help people. And also, one of the people who was telling me this thing is always this one girl who's always like, Dan, you know what you're doing wrong? I'm like, I was just wondering that.
Yo, it's that time of day, so listen up, because it's time for some sports talk. The segment where we boldly analyze things we barely watched. Did we do research? Factually, no. Emotionally, yes. We're talking Big Daddy hacks, devastating sacks, and fourth quarter comebacks.
I don't know what you said.
But most importantly, no soccer.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Freaking tie.
Freaking ties.
Freaking tie. The amount of messages that we received, which was only like a couple,
All the hate mail we received.
about like, I can't believe the Cowboys and the Packers are playing tonight. It's like we're watching the podcast live.
It is.
Or something along those lines.
The chat was going off big.
The chat, man, the chat.
And I said like one thing.
yeah, I was surprised. I think you were too nervous to put anything else. Or you just didn't care.
What was it? Oh, I was laying in bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was watching that.
Yeah.
I made sure I wasn't doing anything for that.
Yeah, if you didn't hear, the Cowboys and the Packers, they tied. in
Everybody
their
had it
game.
marked in their calendar ever since Micah got traded.
Dane said that the Packers would probably win, like you said, like 40-13.
Yeah, it
or
was
something like that.
I
And
did 13 or 17, I
yeah,
remember.
and you had half of it right, like you mentioned
I
earlier.
got the 40 right.
But it was 40 for both teams.
Yep.
Of course, it also included an overtime because that's necessary for a tie to happen. But I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen my own team tie before. And especially in that kind of game with everything going into it, the build up.
Oh, yeah.
Micah Parsons, Jerry Jones,
Dak
Jordan
looked
Love,
amazing.
Dak Prescott. We
George
looked
Pickens
amazing
looked
until the end of the first half. And we're like, hey, we'll give you 14 points in like a minute.
Yeah, that was a breakdown for you guys for sure. Yeah.
That was so bad.
Dak threw a laser for that touchdown, too.
It was crazy.
But
the whole
also,
game.
the Cowboys came out in the second half like they actually wanted to hit somebody. And I was like, I've never been more proud of this team right now.
Yeah.
They actually were hitting people, stopping the run. I was like, wow, you guys, where's this been all year?
I think though they
But
did
then our
have
secondary-
they did have the possession. I think to start the second half, and they did not score. I believe
Who?
they punted on that one, and
the
then
Cowboys?
yeah,
Maybe.
they had it first out of the half, and then I think the Packers scored, and then basically from there, I don't know if there was like a punt the entire second half.
Absolutely not. Everybody scored
It
from
was just a
there on.
score, a score,
Yeah.
a score, a score, a score. It was crazy.
Because were we up the entire time, and then you guys would match, or was it the other way around?
Well, I mean, we were up the first half, and then I think there's times maybe where we would take the lead, and then you guys would take the lead because we would have
It was
we would have like a
staggered.
kick, and you have like a touchdown, so you would go up like 4, and then we'll score a touchdown, so then we go up like 3.
Yeah.
And then go back and forth, and then I think we end up getting a kick at the end. to tie it, which
somebody
made it go to overtime.
kicked a field goal early, and then that made it staggered to where it was like +4, +3, +4.
It also
+3.
didn't help because you blocked one of our extra kicks and
for
got 2 points.
That's when I was like, hey, let's go.
That was the big difference.
Well, it was about to be 14-0, but instead now it's 13-2, and I was like, nice.
Yeah, and that's where so much chaos happened.
Oh yeah, that's when chaos started ensuing.
Yeah. I'm doing my little known facts right now, just because it's relevant to the game. I had some little known facts regarding this, so sorry, you'll only get 4 little known facts later in the episode. But for this game specifically, it was the highest scoring sudden death overtime tie ever. Which is 40-40. The second highest ever. Wait, sorry, I lost. No.
Find it.
So they had the second highest overtime tie ever at 40-40. The highest ever was 43-43.
Yeah.
But that game was pre-Super Bowl era. So they had the highest of the Super Bowl era, but the highest ever was pre-Super Bowl in 1964, which is just crazy. Score 43 points. You don't win a game.
Yeah, pre-Super Bowl era when people weren't throwing the ball.
Yeah, pre-1964.
That's crazy.
It is. But then the next closest behind them, it looks like it was 37-37. And then I guess there's only 30 ties since overtime became an official thing in 1974.
You know what shouldn't be an official thing?
Ties. Yeah. Well, I guess it's only happened 30 times since 1974. So there you go.
Listen, I'm pretty sure a tie is the way that the world ends at the end of the day.
It could be. I'm surprised we're still here.
Yeah. Also, we got to slander the Packers real quick.
I want to say the last thing, and then
Go
you can
ahead.
slander us, and then I'll slander you back or whatever.
No.
I guess for teams who have scored 40 points and had no turnovers in football history, they are a combined 300-0.
Oh yeah,
including the playoffs.
Yeah.
Except for the Cowboys, they kind of run that. So now they are one of those teams that scored 40 points with no turnovers. So now the overall record is 300-0-1.
Yep.
So shout out to the Cowboys making history.
I saw that stat.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous because like offense amazing, defense absolutely atrocious,
Trash.
And I saw the official stats.
Well, except in the first half, your defense ended up getting you the
Oh.
touchdown because you got Love to fumble and then you scored really quick.
Do we?
Yeah, that was with like a minute left when we could have like kneaded out or done something, and then he went to throw it and they
hit his arm,
fumbled it, and then he scored. That was the second touchdown you guys scored.
Oh yeah, we were great. But then no, I saw the Cowboys offense is ranked #1 in the league and their defense is ranked literally 32nd.
Dak Prescott, I think, is leading all football in passing yards.
Oh yeah. He has to.
It's crazy. He throws so much.
It took us 2 overtimes and back-to-back weeks to tie and win against the Giants and Packers, which Giants, I'm like, why is this taking us so much? Packers, I'm like, you know what? You guys tried your best.
Also,
Good
just
job.
with that game, I don't believe in jinxes.
Yes, you
but
do.
I almost potentially jinxed it because I was watching the game, obviously, as a Packers fan, and I let my dad and sister know. I was like, hey, obviously, I want the Packers to win. But my quarterback, my wide receiver, and my running back are the quarterback, the #1 wide receiver, and the #1 running back for the Cowboys. So I need them to do well, but I also need the Packers to win. And whenever the Packers started not doing well, they're like, this is because of you. Because you said all this. And I'm like, in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, my fantasy team's doing really nice. But I also really don't want the Packers to lose. And then ultimately it was a tie. But that was one of the crazy things that happened in sports this week. And then the only other update I really had was that the Cardinals makeover has just begun. Yes, the St. Louis Cardinals baseball season's over. A new GM is in place. And even though they're saying it's going to be a rebuild and everything else, and a lot of our players will probably be traded this offseason, I am still very optimistic and think our team will be better than it was this year because we don't have Miles Michaelis and Eric
Is he coming
Fetty.
off the books?
Yeah, he's officially a free agent.
Nice.
So he might be out of baseball altogether. I'm sure he'll
Maybe.
sign somewhere. And then we obviously got rid of Fetty, who was trash.
Good.
And then I'm hoping they don't allow Palante to ever throw as a starter ever again.
Ever.
So I still think we'll be better, but our team will look interesting.
Yeah, they're definitely going to try and tear it down. And I think somebody from the what is their names? The
Arenado?
Dodgers
Oh,
or
Dodgers.
the Yankee mold will trade for Arenado.
The Astros, I think, still want him.
Yeah.
Oh, but they did get Correa back, so who knows? It'll be interesting. I think I saw that they'll have to eat a ton of salary now, especially after they weren't able to trade him last year.
To get anything back,
Yeah, because it's pretty obvious like they're going to get rid of him. So why would you pay a lot if you know they're going to move him?
It'll be 2 mid-level to very low prospects is what we'll get back.
Yeah. I guess it depends also how much money we give alongside it.
Yeah, which to be fair, the Rockies paid us to take him away. So
in the grand scheme of things, it's still a very good trade, but it's just looking sad at the end.
Oh yeah, we gave up nothing for him. So
yeah, Austin Gomber, nice guy, but not an elite pitcher.
Yeah, but also let's see here.
You have sports.
What did I say?
Unreasonable trades.
Yeah, people said I was having an unreasonable trade, and I need to go over.
How dare them?
How dare? I need the sleeper to open up my personal messages so I can actually see which one that I am talking about specifically. So I'm talking about this one specifically. He said, okay, so this guy is trying to offer me for Quinshawn Judkins, who
Judkins.
Judkins.
Oh, Judkins.
Yeah, Judkins.
Yeah.
And so I was like, no. And he offered me Jameson Williams and T. Higgins. And then he texted me and said, why don't you like my trade? And I texted him back and said, did you know that
The Muffin Man?
that Jameson Williams and T. Higgins, the last 2 weeks combined, have combined for less points than Judkins got this past week? And he goes, I didn't know that. We should do this trade instead. And I said, no.
It's like, no, I don't like these trades.
And then he told me I was being absurd. And he goes, what would it take to get him? And I said, this trade. He goes, be reasonable. I'm like, I am reasonable. I asked for Josh Allen and Quentin Johnston for Justin Herbert and Quinshawn Judkins. And I'm like, yeah, I'm slightly upgrading because you don't have a running back. So you're at my mercy. So, and also, here's the thing that I scream to people whenever they're like, you're being unreasonable. I did not offer the trade.
You came to me first.
You came to me. I don't want to trade this player.
Yeah.
If I wanted to trade this player, I would have said, hey, I would like to trade this player or offered you something. And now you're like, Dane, you're being unreasonable. Because I'm not handing them out to you guys.
That is a good point. If you
oh my goodness,
come to someone else with a trade, like you should expect something kind of rough in return.
Yeah, because you're coming to me, you're saying, hey, I want to get rid of this player. I want this player on your team. And so I'm willing to give up this person. And I'm like, nope, not going to happen.
It's like, no, I want you to do the trade that helps me out more than it helps you.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Is that okay?
Yeah,
okay.
Please.
Cool. Nice.
So then this other guy, he offers me a trade for Jamar Chase and Alvin Kamara for Rashee Rice and Amari Hampton. And I said, absolutely not. Mm-hmm. Because Rashee Rice is going to be best wide receiver in the league when he comes back. And then Amari Hampton is already an amazing running back. And Kamara's decent. He's pretty good. But I'm not giving up. I'd be going down on both levels here. So I said, how about Tedero McMillan and Dak Prescott for Jamar Chase?
Yeah.
Because whenever Jake Browning's been playing, Jamar Chase has sucked. Jamar Chase had one good game this year, and that was with Joe Burrow in week 2. And so Jake Browning is not playing good quarterback, and their offensive line sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not giving you hardly any assets for this. And I was like, honestly, I don't feel good about Tedero McMillan going away in this deal. So I'm like, I don't think this is gonna work. And so I offered him, he wants a running back. So I said, how about Quinshawn Judkins and Travis Hunter for Jamar Chase and Emeka Egbuka? But he's like, nope. And I said, yeah, me too.
Nice.
So that was ridiculous. But also, speaking of Jamar Chase, I have, 3 players that I'm going to tell you that are going to suck for the rest of the season.
Yep.
Jamar Chase.
He doesn't have a quarterback to throw to him.
Doesn't have a quarterback to throw to him.
Definitely hurts.
And he's the number 1 wide receiver in his team. You know who the number 2 wide receiver in his team is?
Who?
T. Higgins.
T.
So who gets thrown to first, the number 1 wide receiver or the second wide receiver?
I mean, sometimes in these scenarios, the number three wide receiver.
Yes, because the only person doing worse than Jamar Chase is T. Higgins.
Yeah.
T. Higgins is being absolutely atrocious.
They were the guys who got the massive deals.
They did, which, again, if their offensive line could block anybody, literally anybody, I think their team would be, even with Jake Browning, would be better than what they are right now.
Yeah.
But right now, somebody on a podcast was going over their schedule coming up.
Yeah.
And they said they don't have a chance to realistically win until week 10 when they play the Jets. Yeah.
And honestly, Justin Fields has looked good. He looked good last week.
That's the thing. Against their defense, I honestly think they're going to beat them. I think the Jets, if I had to pick right now, I would pick the Jets to beat.
Do the Bengals need
them.
to trade for Russell Wilson?
And you trade for Joe Flacco.
You think Flacco?
Yeah,
He
Flacco.
looked bad this past week.
No, they don't need to trade for anybody. They just need to, they need offensive line help is what it is. And so They need to do that before they do anything. But also, one thing I want to let the world know is if you have George Pickens on your team, this week he's going to be amazing. And then after this week, trade him away.
Is that when CeeDee Lamb comes back?
CD's, roughly going to come back that next week or the week after. So he's going to do great this week.
I need to have it where his projections are still up when I trade him because I had an opportunity to try to get CeeDee Lamb because he was on one of the teams that was eliminated.
Oh, yeah.
And I just kind of casually threw out a bid of like $6, just hoping no one would really pay attention. But someone bet like $9.
Oh, yeah.
So they're all of a sudden going to have a good team. It makes me mad because now I'm like, well, Pickens won't be as valuable, even though he's been good this year so far. I need to find a way to...
He's still going to be pretty good when CD comes back, but...
I need to find a way to trade him, though.
Yeah, divide up the pie when he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
But, and my reference for all of these is I'm 4-0 in 2 leagues. I'm 3-1 in my... What league is it? Some other league.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I'm in the Until Next Week league. And then I'm 2-2 in my 2 church leagues. I have the most points scored in one of them.
Here's my current plan, especially with what you just said there.
Oh, yeah.
The person who I said traded away...
Bijan?
Yeah.
Yep.
They have the... I don't know his last name.
I would trade Pickens for London.
It's the weird last name for the Seahawks.
Oh, Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Yes.
Yeah.
She has
Just call him JSN.
Yeah. So if we make it past this week and she's still in...
You need to trade for him right now.
He's going
to be amazing.
I don't know if she would do it right now.
Yeah.
But after this week, here's the thing. She, I think, will still need a quarterback because I believe one of her quarterbacks is Carson Wentz.
Yes.
Who I believe the next week, J.J. McCarthy might start playing again.
Yeah.
I have J.J. McCarthy also on my team.
Yeah.
So I have J.J. McCarthy. I have Jackson Dart.
Yep.
I have Brock Purdy. And I have Dak Prescott. All of a sudden, I don't need 4 quarterbacks. I need to find a way to get rid of... Ideally, probably J.J. McCarthy if Jackson Dart has another great week.
I'd keep Jackson for sure.
And I think I'll try to trade J.J., pair it with Pickens for next week, and then see if I can just get him back.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Because, again, I think she'll need a quarterback again. So that would be the opportunity to...
Well, she's going to realize Browning sucks. And even if he's like a quarterback for you, like he's legit getting like 12 points.
Yeah.
And so for you, I would for sure keep Dak and for sure keep Jackson Dart. Because they're going to be the for sure starters.
Okay, now here's where I just realized potential issue.
Mm-hmm.
The Vikings have an off week 6.
Yeah, bye week, yeah.
So I need to make sure she still has 2 quarterbacks that are good, but I can talk her into it, be like, hey, as long as you make it to week 7, you'll have JJ, so you'll have the quarterback again. And here's a good wide receiver for this week. So maybe I can talk her into it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind you getting rid of JJ and Pickens for JSN.
I like him a lot. I really liked him.
He's very good.
And I also like Bijan. And then Bijan's gone off her team, so I need to try to get that last good player from her. Or I can even... She needs money. I don't think she has any money. I could trade her this week, Pickens.
Venmo.
And, well, no, you have like the bid.
Yeah.
And I could give her a little bit of money to bid on players for next week.
Yeah.
So I could either go this week and, or I might, after this, I might throw out a trade like, hey, I can give you a little bit of money and this guy for JSN.
Yeah.
Or we can wait until next week. Until next week,
see.
and then give a quarterback in this.
Okay, yeah. So here's basically trade philosophy for you guys at home. Always be the person coming out with the better player at the end of the deal.
Yes.
2 for 1s, 3 for 1s. Always be doing that because nobody accounts for the other player that you'd be playing in the place of the other person that you're giving away. And you're always trading from excess usually, and you're always trying to capitalize on buy undervalued players that are going to project to be better going forward. Like I just traded for Derrick Henry, gave up peanuts for him.
Because he has looked bad the past few weeks.
He has, but I think he's Derrick Henry.
Also, welcome back. This is now the sports podcast.
It is.
Yeah, but we're almost to our main segment. But I'll let you.
I just have to find this trade.
Yeah,
and actually, I can just go to my team and then go to Derrick. I think this was a 3-team trade. But so I traded for Derrick Henry, and I traded Aaron Jones, who's on IR, Juwan Jennings, who's hurt, Jake Ferguson, that one does hurt. He's a very good tight end. Mm-hmm. But I also have Tucker Kraft on my team. So, and then the Detroit Lions defense.
Yeah.
And I got Derrick Henry.
Nice.
So I gave up a hurt running back who's not good anyways, a hurt wide receiver who I don't think he's going to have like the occasional okay week. Ferguson, who's great. I love Ferguson. But when CD comes back, he's also going to go down. And the Lions defenses are always dependent on matchups. So, and I get Derrick Henry, who they play the Texans this week, so I think he's going to have a great week. Who then, after this week, I might say, hey, who wants Derrick Henry?
Hey,
maybe
here we go.
trade it as something more stable,
Yeah. Cool.
So that's all the sports updates.
Okay, we are done with that. And now we're to your favorite part of the episode. Yes! Okay, we've officially thrown the script out the window. It's time for the main segment. And honestly, who knows where this is going? We don't. You don't. God does. But he's not telling. Welcome back to the main segment. And yes, we have a new main segment for you this week. Yes, this is called the Word Association Battle. I'm going to read you the instructions here. One of the hosts, myself or Dane, will say a starting word. Then the co-host must say the first related word that comes to mind off of that word. And then you continue doing this back and forth until one person repeats a word, pauses for too long, like 3 seconds, or says a word that the other host deems completely irrelevant, which can also be debated if need be. I think we'll do at least 3 rounds. We have a timer of 20 seconds, so we'll keep going back and forth saying relevant words until any of those things happen or the other person's total time is out. So in theory, each round should take a maximum of 40 seconds, give or take, and we'll kind of go from there.
Yes.
And again, based on how I'm reading this, we're going to say a word that relates to the most recent word each time, not the original word.
Yeah, we had to clarify whenever we did a practice round earlier.
Which, I mean, I could have been confused. I mean, we could have maybe done it where it's just like all like foods, but I think basing it off the most recent word might be better.
Whatever you want.
I don't know. I think we'll just do that though.
Okay.
Who's going to start here?
Well, I think we have to ask Cyrus. Siri, give me a word.
Oh, this is what we're doing?
Okay, I found this on the web. Forgive me a word. Check it out.
I think you can just start.
Okay, I got one.
I'm put this right in the middle. Actually, currently it's on you. So we have a chess timer, and it'll be on you. So as soon as you say the word, we start.
Refrigerator.
Oh, crap. Milk.
Eggs.
Butter.
Bacon.
Juice.
Apple juice.
Orange juice.
Milk.
Pepper.
Salt.
Pepper shaker.
Table.
I'm doing bad at this. Fork.
Cumin.
Spoon.
Knife.
Wow, that was bad. That was really bad.
Hey, I win.
You did. I want to start with a word this time because that was just pathetic.
You should start with a word this time.
Yeah, that I was thrown off. I was put under pressure, and I hope that was really entertaining for you guys.
It's because we need background music.
We do. I can bring it background music. I think that will help quite a bit in our flow.
It helps stimulate the juices. That was a practice round.
Yeah, I got to see how to reset this timer, though. I've never actually done this before. 1 second.
Uno momento, por favor.
Here we go. I'm turning it back on. Here we go. You keep talking while I get this set up.
So, along with September of 2008, that's when Lindsay first pooped in the bathtub.
And I got the timer back.
All right, we're back.
Okay, so now I'm gonna get some background music going. Do you want a theme game show?
Regular opera.
I'll put opera.
I'm gonna start crying laughing.
I don't know if any of these are really opera.
All right, guys, you ready? Carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, natural and art. This is an opera.
Are you ready?
But it does fit.
Okay. I'm trying to think of my first word.
It's just so suspenseful.
I know, as I think of the first word. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Cow.
Tongue.
Leg.
Moo.
Chick-fil-A.
Nuggets.
Peanut oil.
Fries.
Sea salt.
Ketchup.
Mustard.
Ranch.
Barbecue sauce.
Napkins.
Bathroom.
Table.
Ceiling.
My pleasure.
Red.
Blue.
Green.
Yellow.
Orange.
Green. No.
No, we already said green. Did we? I think we did.
I think you said green.
Yes.
So we let it run out.
I hope that was good for you.
The worst part was, in my head, I was like, don't say green. Green!
Should I keep this music going?
No, different music. This one sounds weird. Play My Reflection from Mulan.
We can't do that.
Ooh,
This is close.
what Samuel is saying is this is Asian music to him.
Clicked to random. This
is
What
great.
are the odds that I click that?
Listen, here's the thing. Doing the main segment without background music now is not allowed. We have to have background music for every main
And
segment.
luckily on YouTube Studio, they actually have real music that won't get copyrighted.
True.
Wow. And I guess you'll get to start this time.
Am I started? Okay.
So are we going where we're tied 1-1 or
Yeah.
am I up 1? Okay, we're tied 1-1?
Either way, yeah.
So this is the last round?
No, 3 of 5.
We're going. Let's just go. The first one's practice. I'm ahead 1-0.
Fine.
Okay. Tell me when you're ready to start.
I got it.
Oh, you've already pressed it, so just when you say your word, I'll click it.
Undocumented immigrants.
Trump.
Biden.
Presidents.
Red.
Green.
Blue.
Orange.
Magenta.
Black.
Violet.
Purple.
Barney.
Selena Gomez.
What?
She was on Barney back in the day.
That's crazy. Zac Efron.
Actor.
Actress.
Movies.
Taylor Swift.
TV show.
Songs.
Travis Kelce.
Life is Showgirl.
Chiefs.
Packers.
Cowboys.
Rams. How did I run out?
Don't
I didn't-
Eagles.
I didn't say anything.
You won. It says you
I
won.
said I won.
Dang it. You clicked it at like 0.05 seconds.
That's crazy.
I was like, how can I think of our football team? So we're tied 1-1. I'll pick another random song.
I was like, how is Selena Gomez relevant to Barney? Oh no. This reminds me of Michael Fuller.
Going to the last round. And I will start here. Man, this made it so good.
Song reminds me of my nightmares.
Okay, ready for the first one? Okay. Science.
Math.
Chemistry.
Reading.
Writing.
Learning.
Arithmetic.
Math.
Teachers.
School.
Buildings.
Kids.
Teachers.
Stealing.
Giving.
Money.
Cash.
Flow.
Commercials.
Retirement.
Retirement.
Retirement
Oh,
commercials.
yeah. Domino's.
Pizza.
Pasta.
Express.
Bread.
Gluten.
Free.
99.
Cents.
Money.
Cash. No, I said cash already. No.
Cash. Dane wins. Yeah.
Okay. So now it's your time for your victory speech, Dane.
Wow, thank you for coming, everybody who's here today. I just want to thank my fans. I want to thank the life of a show, Dane, and I really want to tell everybody that they too can have a manifesto just like me. Thank you. Good night, everybody.
Well, that was hectic.
You can have a manifesto just like me. Oh, welcome back
84.
to Dane's Manifesto. That was a beautiful transition. Welcome back to the World Association Battle Winners Manifesto, part 84. And what we're doing for this one is a two-part thing. First off, 10 out of 10 songs with Dane. Wow. These are songs that I think are perfect 10 out of 10s. I have a playlist on my cellular phone called The Good Stuff, and I break it out from time to time. You can't break it out all the time, but I heard one today that is also on it, and it got me thinking while I was driving down the road. I was like, wow. What other songs do I think are 10 out of 10s? Oh, wait, that's why I made the playlist. Oh, I should share this with the audience. And so the first song that I was listening to was called...
My Shiny Teeth and Me.
No. It's a Kenny Chesney song. It was called... no, not... What is it called?
Bad Blood.
No. I have to find it again. I keep wanting to say it's called Back Something, but it's not.
Broke?
No.
Brokeback?
No.
Mountain?
What? No. That's crazy. Kenny...
Chesney.
My phone always messes up whenever I do things like this.
I think it's you that are that's messing up.
No. I go back. That's what it is. I go back to the feel of a 50-yard line, a blanket, a girl, some raspberry wine, wishing time would stop right in its tracks.
Yeah.
I go back. It's one of those classic country songs telling a really good story about whenever he was younger and all the things that he does like a certain thing, and it takes him back to the time whenever that was a really big moment in his life. Like for instance, last night I was playing sand volleyball till midnight for one, but for two, I was playing sand volleyball and we were at Sonic and I was getting cherry limeades, and it took me back to whenever I was in high school and I would get cherry limeades all the time, and we would go play sand volleyball, and sand volleyball takes me back to the time, Lindsay knows this, whenever we would play in our church league and we would play sand volleyball every Sunday, and she got the nickname Linguini there, and she would yell out a different pasta noodle every time that she would hit her serve. And so what I'm saying is, perfect 10 out of 10 songs are songs with great story writing and remind you of times in your life that you can easily relate to. And so that's amazing. And that is the first part of 2 parts of this manifesto, because the second part of this manifesto is not so endearing because it's the top animals that actually hunt humans.
Ooh.
And so, Samuel, there are 4 animals that hunt humans. Can you guess the 4?
Dane, Lindsay, Jack, and Michael.
Yes, they all are them, because the first one is Dane the polar bear. And
that's good.
I am a polar bear. I'm built like a polar bear. Lindsay is a tiger. So tigers also hunt humans. Jack is a leopard.
Yep.
He's
kind of a cougar.
He is kind of a cougar. Dang it. Mrs. Jack Holmgren, if you're listening.
Hey, shout out.
And then Michael is, of course, the Nile crocodile. And so those are the 4 animals that hunt humans: the polar bear, the tiger, the leopard, and the Nile crocodile.
Yes.
So that was part 84 of Dane's manifesto. Sam's little known facts, out of the box and off the tracks. Oddball genius that knows about tax. Sam's little known facts, and he never listens to Jack.
Welcome back to part 30 of Samuel's Little Known Facts. Yes, I shared one of my little known facts earlier about the Cowboys and the Packers' overtime score, but I have 4 others for you right now. Yes, this year in baseball, Major League Baseball specifically, there was no-hitter.
I knew that.
And that is the first time that's happened since 2005, and it was only the 5th year without a no-hitter in the divisional era,
So
which
since
is
94.
1969. Divisional era is since 1969.
As in like East-West?
1994 was when the lockout
wild
was.
card.
The lockout.
The wild card came out of that. Okay.
Yeah.
You're so right.
But yes.
I think it was just East-West until then. And then they came with the wild card.
American League and National League is what you're trying to say.
Well, it was American League and National League, but then there was an East and a West in the American League and National League that would play each other.
Cool.
Something like
I
that.
think before that year, I think that's when just the number 1 team in the National League would play the number 1 team in the American League, and that
Right.
would be who won the World Series, which is
Right.
one of the reasons the Yankees won so many World Series, because they would always be like the best AL team, but there wasn't as many opportunities for them to be eliminated in a playoff structure. Like, I think if they had a normal playoff structure back then, they would not have 27 World Series titles.
Right.
So that was one way they were able to kind of get so many, which is kind of interesting.
Postseason history.
And as you read that, I'll say my next little known fact, which ketchup was once sold as medicine. Well, I guess it wasn't too little known.
I knew that one too.
In the 1830s, ketchup was sold as a remedy for indigestion and other ailments by a man named Dr. John Cook Bennett, otherwise known as Patrick Mahomes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, he is a Bennett. And
He's a big fan
somebody
of
who's
ketchup.
lying to the public again.
Hey, we can't do that right now. You got to breathe.
No.
A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus.
What?
So it takes Venus 243 Earth days to complete one rotation, but only about 225 Earth days to complete one orbit around the sun.
I didn't know that one.
So it rotates extremely slow, but it goes around the sun quicker, which is kind of confusing.
I was right. So before 1969, the National League and the American League had a single pennant winner. And
Yeah.
it was determined by best record.
Which is what I said.
And they were just playing the World Series. And then
Yeah.
after 1969, the NL and the AL were divided into 2 divisions, East and West.
So they had NL East, NL West.
Yeah.
So they had four divisions kind of at that point.
Yeah, and they created the League Championship Series for a semi-final round, essentially.
And then they had the Central and the mix, and then eventually added the wild cards and everything else. And then they'll
Yeah.
add teams and make it even more chaotic here in a couple of years.
Yeah, they played a best of 5 in the LCS, and then it was extended in 1985 to a best of 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, cool. And then my final little known fact, which is kind of relevant because you mentioned crocodiles earlier.
Yes, Nile crocodiles.
Yes, crocodiles cannot stick out their tongues. So apparently a strong membrane holds a crocodile's tongue to the roof of its mouth, keeping it firmly in place and unable to move freely. Yes, Dane is doing his best impersonation of a crocodile right now. And yes, that is all of Samuel's little known facts, which means...
How do they taste anything?
You know what time it is.
And now, it's time for Jokes with Jack.
What has two butts
See the
and
bathroom
kills
again?
people? An assassin.
You can't say that on the podcast.
You said assassin.
That's crazy. And now, it's time for...
So Jack's jokes suck.
And as you can tell by the sound, he is definitely in the bathroom. So you can
Yeah.
tell where his potty humor is coming from.
His potty humor and his potty mind and his potty jokes.
Potty mouth Jack.
His potty mouth Jack. Wow.
PMJ.
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 Sounds like a sandwich.
The PMJ. Potty mouth Jack.
Welcome back to the PMJ.
We don't have any voice memos this week, unfortunately.
Lame.
But we do. Yes, we do have some Spotify responses.
I haven't read these yet.
Cool. One of which was from actually episode 143, which was On the Grind.
Nice.
And Elizabeth Virgil put in there, always appreciate Samuel's money-saving tips. Also, love Dane's youth group stories.
Oh, yeah.
So that's from 143.
Money-saving tip from Dane. Just steal things.
So, yeah. Episode 144, I ended up changing the name of the episode to Please Replace Jerry Jones.
Yes.
And the comments we had on this episode were from a few different individuals, one of which was Keenan A. Smith.
Love Keenan A. Smith.
Who put, just want to see if you guys are going to be hosting a Until Next Week watch party for John Cena's last match, Saturday, December 13th, 2025.
He's a big WWE guy. Him and our old coworker Alex, who I think quit recently. And then but Alex was crazy like into it and would talk all about different things, and then Keenan would watch it too, and they would talk about their WWE matches together, and then we all three would talk about football together, but really the office would all talk about football together.
Yeah.
But especially our old coworker Tom, he was crazy like in the know about things like that. But then I quit. So
There
here we
you go.
are.
And then also Joshua Schmitz put, next week I'm going to need one of those royalty-free music beds throughout the entire episode.
See?
LOL. Also,
See?
just so you know, Joshua, I think I already mentioned it, potentially. The music we used last week, I guess it was copyrighted, but it's okay. We aren't taken down from it.
Sue me.
But then this week, I used the YouTube Studio Music audio library, and it said you can use that music okay. So
Allegedly.
I'll see if I get copyright stricken once again. I think I'll be okay.
I don't trust him. There, I said it.
And then Jack Holmgren put, bring back Jesus' manifesto for a second week. Well, Jack, keep listening. You never know. Never know what might happen.
I think I accidentally said I think I called myself Jesus accidentally. I was like,
man.
wait, I'm not Jesus.
No.
This is not
Yeah.
Jesus.
And then the poll we had was a little different. I put, how many unread emails do you have? And the responses were either less than 100, 101 to 499, 500 to 999, 1,000 to 9,999, or 10,000 plus. Just so you know, nobody picked either of the final two.
What?
But there was a tie for 40% apiece of less than 100 emails or 101 to 499. And there's 20% of people who said they have 500 to 999 emails unread.
I have 40,000 emails unread.
Well, you did not respond to this poll, Dane. You need to do that during the week.
Right there,
Come on.
40,000 emails.
Gosh.
You see all the other notifications too?
Stressful.
I have 532 unread group me messages,
What?
13 Instagram DMs, 2,538 YouTube notifications. Don't know what
And a
that's about.
partridge in a pear tree.
Pretty much. And then
The YouTube
I have
notifications, you're
420
probably subscribed to a lot of channels.
Maybe.
So then you get a notification bubble each one. You should turn off the notification bubbles.
I should do that. I don't want to watch YouTube.
Yeah, that's really stressful.
I have 426 unread text messages.
Dang.
I have 142 missed calls.
Okay, you need to fix all of that.
What do you mean?
This week. But yeah, that's all of our jokes with Jack, our no Instagram messages. We said those earlier. Those are Spotify responses, etc., etc., etc. Which means it's time for our sponsor of the week. Yes, our number one sponsor of the week, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
I'm teaching tomorrow. No, this is not my manifesto. This is what I'm learning from Jesus. And so I'm teaching tomorrow over 1 Kings chapter 8. And it's been a couple, or actually it's been like almost a month since I've taught it on a Sunday specifically, because I taught on Saturday last week. Before that, I teach every Wednesday. But I taught on Tuesday, the week before that, in our young adults ministry, which I will be teaching again at some point, allegedly. Because the director dude was like, hey, I got you on the teaching schedule again. I was like, must not have been that bad, huh? And he goes, no, you did great. And I was like, wow. And so I'll be doing that again at some point. I don't know when. But so I'm learning now. I was reading this week, and I'm reading over 1 Kings chapter 8. So basically, David dies at the end of 2 Samuel, or maybe at the beginning. No, he dies at the beginning of 1 Kings. That's what happens. Because in chapters 2 to 3-ish, he's like, hey, Solomon, my son, don't forget to be faithful, but also let's plot to murder some people. Yeah. And then, so they, so they kind of did that. And then, so then he dies, and one of the things that David had always wanted is he wanted to build a temple for the Ark of the Covenant, which the Ark of the Covenant was where they put the 2 tablets that Moses wrote the 10 Commandments on in the Ark of Covenant, and then it was basically like a fancy tent that they would keep or walk around with, like a thing that they would carry. And then David, whenever things were going good, was finally like, man, I really want to build this thing a house, because it can't like live in a tent. I want to build it a house. And then God was like, no, you can't do that, because you're an adulterer and a murderer, and we don't want to do that. And so then David dies. Then Solomon's like, hey, I kind of want to build it a house.
King Solomon?
Yes, King Solomon.
The wisest man.
The wisest man who ever lived. And except for Jesus.
Well, and then also, I mean, the 9,000 or 900 wives or whatever.
Dang it.
That wasn't very wise on his part. But.
He was testing it out.
Yeah.
But also, and there were also foreign wives, and then he would marry them to get in good gratiations or good, like, whatever.
Yeah.
To ingratiate himself with these other nations, and then they would start worshiping other gods, and that's very bad because that breaks the first commandment. But that's later down the line. But so in chapter 8-ish, so then Solomon builds the temple finally, and he makes it really elaborate and fancy, and it was really awesome. Also, fun fact, there was not a single sound of construction made when they were building this, because all the material was made off-site and then brought there, and they built it up. And so then they put the Ark of the Covenant inside, and then in 1 Kings, your verse today, I think is going to be it's chapter 8, verse like 50. Let's do 61. Yeah. Let your heart, therefore, be wholly true to the Lord our God, walking in his statutes and keeping his commandments as at this day. So basically what happens in chapter 8 here is he talks about how he built the temple and how they're moving the Ark of the Covenant in there, and then he gives it a like commissioning, and he blesses like the entire building, talking about blessing it to the Lord. And then you get towards the end of it, and he starts talking about like, hey, like this is like we want to honor God, we want to love God, and like we're gonna like obey, and you are our God. We want to follow you. Blessed be the one who has given rest to his people Israel according to all that he's promised. Things like that. And so he's sitting there, and I was sitting here, I'm like, man, what am I supposed to get from this? And what I got from this is that we don't need an Ark of the Covenant anymore, even though there's lots of treasure hunters that keep looking for the Ark of the Covenant, because we don't need to go to a special place to sacrifice and to meet with God in the Holy of Holies only by the high priest once a year. What we need, and what we do have, is the Holy Spirit living inside of us. And so God kind of takes his Spirit and indwells it in us whenever we start following Jesus. And then from that, we can feel like conviction. And so in this conviction, we will be walking down a path, and we're like, man, I really don't think we should do this. Like, I even apologized to somebody last night because I was being kind of snarky to him on Thursday. And I was like, man, I think I need to apologize to this guy.
Yeah,
and it's not you. And then, so I saw him at volleyball, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry for being snarky and with you and sassy, and I was being a jerk or whatever. And he goes, oh, I don't even remember that. And I was like, yeah, that's usually how it goes. And so you also can't judge obedience by the outcome. So I felt the conviction, and just because he didn't know that or didn't remember that I was maybe being a jerk to him, that doesn't mean that I'm not supposed to apologize to him, because you can't judge obedience by the outcome. Because just because I got away with it and would have gotten with it doesn't mean I did the wrong thing. So with the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, we now don't have to go to a temple, but we rather can turn to God anytime, any place, at any moment, and say, hey, God, like, I need you. I need your help in this. And I especially like to do this, like if an ambulance drives by and I'm just like, man, I don't know where the ambulance is going, Lord. I don't know the severity of what's happening, but please use this situation to pierce this person's heart and allow them to come to know you more. And so it's just anytime, any place, like on a drive, and maybe if you're like in the shower, maybe like you don't want to listen to music or podcast anymore, so you can go walk around the neighborhood and prayer walk around your neighborhood, pray over houses. There's this one person, I don't remember who it was. Somebody was talking about something. And this girl ends up getting baptized because this lady was prayer walking the neighborhood, and the neighbor walks out and goes, what are you doing? She goes, I'm prayer walking. I just prayed over your house. Do you have like a faith in Jesus? And started talking about that. And this lady comes to know Jesus and got baptized because of that. And so what I'm saying is we have the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, and we don't have to wait on a time and a place when we can go and meet God, because God came down, put on flesh, lived a life that we cannot live, died death we deserve, death on a cross, and then rose from the dead 3 days later. And by putting our trust in that, his death, life, death, and resurrection as payment for our sins, we also can have eternal life with him, and we can have this indwelling of the Holy Spirit.
Shout out.
Jesus.
Number 2 sponsors of the week, Jake, Trust and Art, Pretty Ricky, and Reverend Banks.
The Reverend.
The trio that everyone didn't know they wanted, but they actually needed.
People call me Pastor Dane now. And I'm like, I'm not a pastor. Everybody cut it out.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, you're not.
I am nervous about the next church plant.
So, number 3, sponsor of the week, Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that today. So they're on a college game day where they allow students to kick a field goal.
Right.
And if you kick it,
I saw the kid
then
won.
Pat McAfee gives you like, it's usually like a few $100,000.
Like 20. I thought it was $25,000, but I don't know.
No, it's like a few $100,000.
It's crazy.
Which is kind of fun.
Towards their tuition, right?
But I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know, because I just see like the clips of where they either miss or make it.
Right.
But a lot of times he gives them like multiple opportunities where this keeps going down more and more and more. And I think they pick someone by random to do it. So some people who enter may not have any athletic bone in their body.
Usually don't.
And there was this clip, and it sounded like this person's already had multiple tries, and they're trying to get this girl hyped up to kick it. And Kirk Herbstreit's like, just start back farther, try to get a good running start and kick it. And
he loves to coach him.
Yeah, and Pat McAfee's like, just let her do it, just whatever.
Just let her do it.
And because I didn't see the previous attempts, but I'm assuming it went like this one, and she went and kicked it, and it just kind of like was a ground ball up the middle. And everybody's like, oh, and she was kind of like devastated or whatever else. And then Pat McAfee was kind of looking around. It's like, I got an idea. I got an idea. It's like, how does this sound to you? Because that kick, I think, would have been for $500,000.
That's crazy.
Which is crazy. But it's like, hey, I'll give you $300,000 if you allow Kirk Herbstreit to throw the ball from right here through the goalpost. And apparently, I didn't realize he was like a quarterback, like at Ohio State or something. And it's like, are you okay with this? He's like, yeah, I'll do that. So then, just without warming up, he just kind of grabbed it, threw it right through there, and everybody started going crazy, and she was jumping up and everything else. But I've never seen that before. But I think he really wanted to give her money.
Well, yeah.
But it was just, she had no chance. There was no chance. Like, she kicked it straight, but it was a straight ground ball. And I'm sure all her other attempts were horrible.
Man.
I think he was feeling bad. And he was like, he just looked at him. He's like, here, we're going to do this. We're going to have you throw it through the uprights, like 20 yards or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's the length of an extra point.
Yeah.
Because this started because Pat was like,
people give crap to all kickers.
Like, oh, this is so easy. Just do your job. That's fine. We got money on the line. Let's go do it. You guys can earn some money if you can just do what the kicker is supposed to do every time.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool. I don't like how they crowd it every time. It's like too crowded for me. But
it just gets more intense. It makes for better TV, I feel like.
I'm pretty sure I've made one before, an extra point length.
Wait, are you saying you don't like how on TV they have the people close together? Or what were you saying?
They're too close to me. Yeah, I would want people to scoot back.
Oh, so like if you were kicking.
Yeah, if I was kicking, yeah.
Yeah, but in theory, like if you're going to make the kick,
it should be fine.
You shouldn't be hitting anybody.
Right.
But I have seen clips before of people just like nailing people on the side. And I'm sure that happens a decent amount because they only show the winning kicks and a lot of times they get multiple opportunities. But it was cool that Pat McAfee also was just like, hey, Kirk. throw it through here and we'll give her $300,000. And it would have been horrible if somehow he didn't. But he was able to, and everybody went nuts. And it was pretty cool to see.
Oh, man.
So
that'd be wild.
Yeah. Final thoughts. Reach out if you want to make clips for us or buy a $30 shirt shipped to you or a cheaper shirt in town
Or
if you're
the
interested.
sweatshirt that's around the corner.
Yeah, because I've definitely looked at that. Well, we need all our customers to pay for the shirts. And I think one person still has an outstanding payment. Dane.
Lindsay?
No, you know who. You need to get after him.
Real.
Also, Friday Pickleball, use the code Samuel14434 if you want $5 off your order of 2 or more paddles. Dane's ministry support links also in the bio if you want to help a brother out. Also, keep telling your friends if you enjoy the podcast. Leave 5 stars. Leave voice memos on our Instagram after you follow it. And also follow the TikTok and the YouTube because the YouTube is blowing up because we're playing a lot of old clips and new clips will come eventually.
Leave your Venmo and Samuel will Venmo you.
That's true as well. And yeah, that's basically it for the week. It's been episode 145, and thank you for listening.
Ooh, I need some Chinese.